afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting, amazing Propagandacast. Me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda. Off here to a 1 versus 1 owner. Crossing in the woods in the north, it is Zodiak fighting for the Wehrmacht. Germany, Deutschland taking on the role here of the... let's just go third Panzer Division west and south. It is Squarecat. I don't know if that's actually his name, but he's got a Steam profile picture with a cat with a square head. So I'm calling him Squarecat because, yeah, that's just me. Anyways, we've got mechanized support here right away for Squarecat with anti-tank gun ambush tactics, Guards rifle, marked vehicle, bombing strikes, and the ISU 152 heavy assault gun. Definitely not a doctrine you see a lot of in 1 versus 1. In 2 versus 2, it's sort of semi-popular. But 1 versus 1s, it's definitely a bit off the reservation in terms of like typical meta gameplay. Zodiac with Jaeger Infantry, Lightning War, and Mechanized Assault. Much more sort of, shall we say, to a degree, aggressive doctrines, though at the same time there's an overlap with G43s, but also overlap with Tiger tanks and artillery strikes. So there's actually, and like, still close as well to this. I think, honestly, the reason he's picking these doctrines is they've got a lot of things in common, to be honest, more than anything. Like, they all share to some degree two things with the other doctrines. That's actually a bit interesting setup there by Zodiac. I mean, it does mean like he has certain access tools he can sort of like combine in different ways and sort of something in common always. That's interesting there set up. Triple Grenadier start there for Zodiac with MD42 versus Triple Contra there for Squarecat. Probably a fourth contra away there. Sandbags up here. Very good consistent sandbagging. Always, I would say, a hallmark of good play. A bit like how the Wehrmacht, it's good use of the MD42. For the Zodiac, you have a conscript, you use the sandbag. So, thumbs up there to Squarecat. Thumbs up. Moving in, there's some disruptive positions. Grenadiers in the early game tend to struggle with that, so if you can get your conscripts up with some sandbags in a good position, it can really frustrate the Wehrmacht players early game, sort of rush to a position. So you can see there Squarecat is definitely looking to like leverage whatever advantage he can versus Zodiac here in the early game. Noting here he's not going for a fourth conscript squad, maybe planning early upgrades, early medics. There you go, full control away there. MD4 sitting up as well. Good, you see them go. Contra caught here by the truck. Being hosed down there with MD42. Quickly shifting charges between the two squads, trying to press both of them, but doesn't quite, I think, end up perfectly there for Zodiac. And the West got Grenadiers versus conscripts, but can't quite push through here. With only 3 windows to shoot, there's got 6 man there in heavy cover. The Grenadiers, I think, gonna lack some support there. Mortar could be a good idea there. Third Grenadier squad done. Grenadier squads there being bled out. Can't quite push through there. Heavy versus light cover. Usually the heavy cover chaps win. In with the MD42 backing up there. Pioneers on the right flank so far there. Squarecat is doing an excellent job then bottling up Zodiac. Contras Grenadiers in use here in the west. Lots of skirmishing here. Third Grenadier squad arriving. So far Zodiac is just not making much progress here as Squarecat is locking down the map here with the 10th Mechanized Corps. No upgrades back into space, so yeah. I do imagine the field infirmary is going to be having this soon enough. He could also go for some Molotovs. I think it'd be very good in this situation. Zodiac here could find himself tempted to go for Mechanized Assault. A few Assault Grenadiers right now could be quite potent, sort of pushing out some of the Squarecat's positions here, rushing in with the Assault Grenadiers. Up close, the MP40s do a lot of damage. So that could be an idea here for Zodiac to consider versus Squarecat. That or just, you know, either Jaeger Infantry Lightning more fast and get some D43s up, since that would put a lot of pressure there on Squarecat's infantry as well in the early game at the mid to short ranges. We'll have to see what it ends up with there with Zodiac. I mean, he's got the fuel point though, but he's definitely a bit behind the rest of the map. As Squarecat, of course, is proving himself to be a fervent defender of socialism. Engineers coming eastwards there. Contra though might want to retreat soon. Gonna be setting out there. We got take up there for Zodiac. Bunkers up. MD42 has repositioned. Very good. Thumbs up as he looks to displace his opponent. Got conflict against the Grenadiers, light machines are the lighter machine and Guevara does delay their medic bunker, but obviously for Zodiac here, the priority right now is just, you know, putting as much firepower as you can here on Squarecat. You could also, of course, maybe add in some fast Panzer Grenadier. Panzer Grenadiers versus conscripts are usually quite effective in my experience. Back here healing. Might want to take up Sunsen's prompt company. Could be a great idea to help further nullify that machine gun with some good mortar fire. But I imagine they'll also be setting up resources here for the guards, rifle infantry, and some DP light machine guns for the swiftly supporting company. Very much the standard choice here. Usually you only go for Special Rifle Command right away. It's very rare to see a Zodiac play with a heavy counter build then go for the Special Rifle Command. It can happen like if he really wants the sniper, but in most cases the problem company with Guardsmen, or not Guardsmen, Maximus, field guns and mortars is, you know, much more prevalent and, you know, makes a lot more sense really. Our way comes pushing out they're using the sandbags, but they're simply outnumbered. They are outgunned. They are unable to withstand the sheer amount here that Squarecat's moving up and trying to flank up behind the Grenadiers using the sandbags and the Grenadiers there, leaving Zodiac Center Grenadier squad in a really bad position. That's exactly what Squarecat is doing there. Beautifully. Beautifully round the Grenadiers there with ease up here. Nothing further on there. We got Panzer Grenadier on the way there for Zodiac and the 3rd Panzer Division. Comes sitting out. And there goes straight into the tank command. Could rush at a half-tech here. I mean, right now, a fast anti-aircraft attack would actually be quite potent and be a really big problem for Zodiac to deal with since he's got anti-tank weapons. It's not a common move, but in some cases it can be a really potent move since while the half-track compared to the T-70 is of course as good versus vehicles and isn't as durable, it does have the ability to really just lay down a lot more firepower compared to the T-70 and also has a much better way of just wiping out retreating units. Right here though, good push to the Squarecat, completely overwhelms the machine gun. Sadly, not enough support here. Then we got the Grenadier squad moving out and Magnum also punches their driving to the scene as well. Comes there taking a bit of damage. Got the Grenadiers for the light machine gun moving up. The light machine gun gewehr. Comes there, might find themselves rifle grenaded. For example, the rifle grenade from the squad here could in fact be found in such a way negate or ignores the heavy carbons. So there you go here into retreating, possibly worried about it. Comes versus Panzer Grenadiers here, Engineer backing up with a flamethrower from behind heavy cover. Probably should have been a bit reversed there. Wait, Panzer's opening up with the Sturmgewehr 44 and quickly routes there Squarecat's Frontovics. Very good work there, very good work. Engineers constantly holding up. Back here, base, we got MD42 good to go. Nothing further happening there. Like the Mechanised company again would be really good. Oh! Hello, that was a really nice move there. Rifle grenading from a deep flank. Thumbs up there to Zodiac. I had not seen that one coming. And clearly, Squarecat didn't either. Good maneuver there by Zodiac. Very good maneuver. 2 thumbs up. Panzer's pushing through the center. Grenadiers going straight for the cop on there. Imagine to sort of try and disrupt resources. Back here, and like the Mechanised company should be a fast priority of the Zodiac, unless he's going to be incredibly bold, try and push for a fast tier 3. T-719 there for Squarecat again. Could have tried the fast anti-aircraft half-tech, but a T-7 of course is a much more conservative, yet also very solid choice. I mean, there's nothing wrong in going for the T-7, but sometimes there's always that consideration. What happens if I just push out a threat? It isn't as strong, but it's going to lay down a ton of firepower faster than my opponent might be ready for. So, I mean, that is always something you want to keep in mind there. And unfortunately, at the center point here, as we can see there, Zodiac there, of course, wanting to achieve the breakthrough, quickly pushes through, goes for all the vital points, and disrupts Squarecat to tie in a resource line. So that's a really good push there. I mean, obviously, again, he's a bit extended, he's a bit onto the T-70, but at the same time, it does mean that even if it does get pushed back with the T-70, Squarecat is going to have a bit of a harder time easily recovering from this because now hit 2 vital resource points, but he has to connect that many more points, trying to get back to the fuel there. So, good push there by Zodiac, good push. Pack 40 is also on the way as well. In the east here, we got coming up. They're going to squad there, carrying out the flank as well. Good play there by Zodiac. Grenadiers who need to fall back soon. They're being overwhelmed there by Squarecat's sheer number of forces as he pushes forwards. Machine gun repositioned behind heavy cover. We got the Pack 40 out there. The Panzerabwehrkanone 40. T-70 rolling ahead, helping up the Grenadiers and forcing Zodiac to abandon position. Still no sign of doctrine there from Zodiac. Certainly the longer we go on, the less likely Jaeger infantry looks. And the more likely are the Lightning Wall Mechanized Assault looks. I mean, some players do go for Mechanized Assault for this audience, but also some just go for like the Tiger Tank, maybe the Stuhi. I mean, Lightning Course would be sort of the good middle ground there in a sense, both as the Tigers, but also something for the infantry, and a bit more utility with some Stuhi close air support. Even if they were relief infantry, though, I mean, technically never really see anyone use that one. Troops are healing, reinforcing, preparing for the next big push. Fast take here for Zodiac now would be a great idea. T-17 right here from the Pack 40. The Panzerabwehrkanone 40. Piercing the thin arm of the T-70 with ease. Quickly positioning the machine gun, very good. Doesn't want to leave it too exposed there. Losing actually some resources, but at the same time pushing for those. And of course, that's going to encourage a response from the T-70. Note he's moving about here with a bit of recon mode as well, just in case that Zodiac has planned anything there. He's clearly not willing to underestimate his opponent, which is usually a really good idea. Mortar on the way there for Squarecat. Right, artillery support there versus Zodiac. Good move there. Could give him a bit of problems. Easily used to negate the machine gun and the pack with a quick smoke screen, for example. No sign of the tech there. Oh, he got lucky there by the T-70 was on scouting mode. Otherwise, we'd be able to maybe take out the Pioneer, so he's do some heavy damage. Instead, it's just like going, "Hey Petrov, yes, I think there's some Germans about. We'll leave it to someone else. We're on reconnaissance job." Punch was a constant enemy for two bang up, very good. But of course, we got the mortar to respond. In the voice T-70's going to try and hold the fuel pump, but with both conscripts playing for Indians in the T-70. Oh, he doesn't bother. Interesting. Got the Pack 40 nearby. In fact, maybe the Pack 40 there sort of realised it's hanging above him, like the sort of Damocles that caused him to get that T-70 out of there. Yeah, he's probably spotting it there. Ooh, perhaps he did in our way. The Pack spotted him, shot and missed. Good here, conscripts down to 5 from the Grenadiers, and use make rounds to the building there. Trying to grab that fuel pump, push it totally here, but we got conscripts behind the heavy cover there. Without any sort of serious assault troops, it's going to be difficult to dislodge him there. He's coming up through the centre rapidly. And then go first, Guards Rival Squad out there for Squarecat with DP light machines away there. In many ways, not an amazing light machine gun, but apparently it was very durable, can take a lot of abuse. So, a little fun fact there. The same design of the DP light machine will also be make the predecessor to the PPSH-41, the PPD-40 submachine gun. Little fun fact there. We got more Panzer Grenadier there on the way for Zodiac that we first got tech up. Very good. That's going to put him at 5 scores versus Squarecat's 5. This is going to think a very good mix there. And of course, and then push out some fast armor. That'd be really good here versus Squarecat, who is, well, obviously at the moment not quite well equipped for dealing with that. But a faster pommel core. And in this case, I think Zodiac could get away with a fast Osman here versus Squarecat, to be honest. That would be, I think, really potent. And could possibly just win in the game on the spot there if he uses aggressively and intelligently enough. I mean, a well-handled Osman is a very powerful tool. See something about here, 5 kills, Veterans you 1. Panzer Grenadier Squad number 2 out there for Zodiac and the 3rd Panzer Division. Now, of course, the Wild Companies too sort of likes to show Panzer Grenadiers being sort of assault rifle equipped troops. That was actually not the, shall I say, standard norm for Panzer Grenadiers for quite some time. It was only really by late 1940, then there was some Panzer Grenadiers in Panzer Brigades, sort of smaller formations that sort of initially had them. By 1945, though, assault rifles sort of became more standard equipment for Panzer Grenadiers, but honestly, by most parts, they've just been like Grenadiers, but with 2 light machine guns per squad, whereas regular sort of Infantry Division Grenadiers only have 1 light machine gun in most cases. So a little fun fact in terms of like actual equipment. Panzer pushing 14 here, 5 from the T-70. More to their routed. Right now we can see that Squarecat is in excellent control of the map here once more versus Zodiac, and Zodiac of course is going to have to do a lot of catch up. He's behind victory points. That is in terms of the actual points, not the points themselves. I really wish they'd come up with some other name for them than victory points, and also call these victory points. It makes it a bit difficult to talk about. Yes, the victory points, the victory points, the victory points. Well, which is it? Victory juice? Yeah, but it's a bit difficult. You could call them critical points, maybe? Strategic? Tactical points? I don't know. Just, find some other name than victory points, and you call this victory points. Anyways, troops are reinforcing healing. I apologize about that slight digression. It's just something that slightly bothers me when I have to talk about all this victory points. Well, he's got a victory point. He's also got 500 victory points. It gets confusing in a slightly unhelpful way. And it's got the Mechanised Armor Company here. Interesting enough, Zodiac is not pushing the Support Corps. Definitely feels like a bit of a slip up. There's the Wehrmacht. Usually one of your things you want to do is just get that Support Corps fast. And usually push out some armor from then fast. And so far, Zodiac is definitely not pulling that one off. Meanwhile, again, his opponent's actually going to push out a T-34-6 fast here versus Zodiac. And that's going to feel really bad for Zodiac, which still has yet to choose a doctrine as well. Definitely feels like a bit of a slip there. We got lots of barbed wire here, wiring off trucks, wiring off sandbags. Going about here, grabbing the munitions point. Panzer Squad, they're working together with the Sturmgewehre. Guardsman holding back here. T sending back in reconnaissance mode there for Squarecat, the squarest of cats. So still no support core there. Really again should be priority here for Zodiac. No matter the time. There you go. Pioneer's routine. Probably get that Supreme Crop. At least I hope so. T7 is the punch in the west. Sandbags throwing some cover there. Some semblance of sanctuary from Squarecat's murderous T70 light tank. But the heavy cover's crumbling. Also got the engineers following up the great hit on the T70. Does quite a bit of damage. Oh, he's not moving in time. Could see another hit there. Nope. Gets away. And the engineers meanwhile themselves are being cut to ribbons. Could see a white here. Oh, just over the panzers there. Actually missed out on it. In these grenades being overwhelmed as Squarecat commits to a massive infantry assault. We got Scorch there with by the way 7-man upgrades now. Guardsman as well. He's just a huge push. There's only one grenadier squad trying to hold this back and of course no armor. Finally the Supreme Core is up, but he could easily have that out much sooner. Could be pushing for armor sooner. In fact, he would again been pushing at least I think for Nosfin 2 to 3 minutes sooner, which I think would really left Squarecat in a much worse space. Squarecat they're flooding a bit of resources. Maybe he's not entirely sure what he wants to do, and we got another machine of the Zodiac in response to Squarecat's vigorous infantry assaults. Guardsman opening up, 4 kills, which is one gun the mortar there with 4 kills as well, very good. Good use of the barrage ability. Ludwig finds himself quickly dead under bombardment there from Squarecat's mortar. And then there you go, second info 2 done, Panther almost done as well for Zodiac. Still no sign of the Darkton, still no sign of an overall bigger game plan here from Zodiac that would lead to something, you know, specific. Flanking up here and there, you go more Guardsmen out there putting out 6 infantry squads. That is a lot of infantry here from Squarecat, and there you go, Gabaldaladno. Did get them out there, could have maybe baited it a bit better, they should have had a bigger chance of retreating into the grenade, but all the way though, did get them out, though, at the centre victory point here for Zodiac. And the 3rd Panzer shot up north here. Panther engages and routs the conscripts with vigorous shots. Destroying the sandbags. You could also destroy it with the Panzer IV. Going for the cough point again though. Bold play there by Zodiac versus Squarecat. And there you go. We got an 85 tank destroyer on the way here for Squarecat. An interesting pick considering everything. Normally you'd go for the T-34 from 60, but no, obviously not with the Panzer IV. You just go for that T-34 faster, but instead went for the H-85. Obviously can deal with the Panther from a nice safe distance. Of course if it gets flanked by the Panther it's going to be in trouble. Still no sign of a doctrine there from Zodiac. I mean we're slowly approaching the 20-minute mark. And Zodiac remains hesitant in sort of making a decision there. Otherwise H-85 tanks almost done there for Squarecat. And there you go, H-85 tanks are out. This design overall was inspired by the Stug, as the Search were actually really impressed by the Stug when it was introduced. In fact, when they captured a bunch of Panzer IIIs after the Battle of Stalingrad, they actually converted a bunch of them to sort of being sort of like a Stug, but using the T-34-6's gun instead. Ironically, some of those guns were Soviet Stugs, then be captured by the Germans and used as Stugs. So, little fun fact there. Little fun fact. It's only one of those bits there of how, you know, the Soviets and the Germans, you know, affected each other during the war because, you know, they sort of caught on to a lot of their tactics and equipment, so, you know, tried to copy or, you know, improve upon it. Which is not really something I actually hear a lot being talked about, but is, you know, very much a case throughout the war. So, little fun note there, little fun note. Hallucination to cut, T-some swinging in there. I mean, a pair of Stooks could be one way to sort of deal with the H-85, since obviously one H-85 versus 2 Stooks is not going to be favorable. We got another Pack 40. The other packs can also do it. The Ops is going to have a harder time catching up with it, but it's going to be much more successful breaking down Squarecat's assaults, of course. There's just one tiny detail, which is Squarecat is obviously playing for the ISU 152. Zodiac doesn't know this, but if he knew, double Pack 40s would not be, I think, an optimal choice, since the ISU can bombard those from a safe distance. So of course, if he had some way of knowing it, I mean, obviously Zodiac should just be pushing for Stooks and, you know, more armor now, trying to overwhelm Squarecat before he can push for the ISU 152 heavy assault gun. H5 opening up, and the Panzer IV doing another great hit there, pushing it down to less than half health with its 85mm gun. Punch is swinging through the center, 2 kills, more to then a bit of a tight spot. Squarecat, of course, quickly squaring it away there, so it doesn't get knocked out, but the Panzer going to deal and possibly seized by the German team, using the H-5 here, I think, to block the Panzer's pursuit there. Very good there. T-70 almost good to go. So the question is, does he now try to solve for the ISU directly? Does he go for more armor in the meanwhile? Right before the 20-minute mark, though, Zodiac commits to Lightning War. We'll have to see what he goes for. Beyond that, obviously he's going to go for a Tiger, though I would recommend at least one more piece of armor before going for the Tiger tank here to put more pressure on Squarecat. And that's going to make it a bit harder for Squarecat to just, stall away for whatever pick he wants. Welcome these there for Zodiac, having lost some squads here against Squarecat. Guards from the routers as well. Unable to withstand the might of the Panzerkampfwagen 4. Squarecat looking to exert great map control, losing more infantry, and of course that is probably one reason he's also going for more infantry, to have more infantry to fight back against Squarecat's infantry with. Infantry mind games. G43s on all of them, no sign of G, or indeed, I mean not G43s, in fact there's no sign of G43s anywhere here for Zodiac. Got these moving ahead. Panther 4 being slow repaired. 330 versus 285. We got machine gun grenades moving for the Eastern Victory Point. They're trying to open a route. Pack 40 shooting where they're clearly hoping to break away the sandbags and expose the infantry, the machine gun, and the grenadiers. Starting having some success with that. The sandbags are starting to look very, very brittle. And there you go, the sandbags are gone, so the conscript's chance of them not getting suppressed. Panzerless engineers, heavy cavalry, they need to be careful about that. Of course, at MC2, they also deal a lot of damage into the engineers who are themselves not exactly the world's most toughest infantry. Oh no, he actually lost the engineers instead. The mortar there providing a significant hit there, and then allowing the engineers to finish them off. That was definitely not good there for Zodiac. Definitely not good. Big loss there for the German army. Losing actually 2 Panther grenadiers is quite costly. Again, in particular, this is a conscript built into the Panther grenadiers there, and just really one of your best bets for dealing with them in an efficient manner. So, not good at all there for Zodiac. Not good at all. Great though for Squarecat. You might lose another Panther grenade squad, which is going to be another significant blow there to Zodiac. And Deutschland, but no, the last man makes it. Covered in wounds and filled with blood. He's somehow managed to pull through. We got another grenadier squad here for Zodiac. His casualties are piling up. Squarecat is very successfully bleeding Zodiac dry here. And again, this is sort of the problem with him trying now to stall for a Tiger tank. He really needs more tanks to ensure his infantry doesn't suffer too much, but instead he's more and more just leaving the burden on the infantry rather than going for the bigger tank. Guards from there, though, thought they had it with firing position instead. It's an early grave. Look at this, Heinz. It's almost like they want us to run them over. Well, if they want to, why not oblige them? Yeah. Just don't listen to it. It will haunt you in your dreams. What? What? Haunt my dreams? Yeah. Only for a few days, then you forget about it. But the first few nights are rough. See something about there? But that's definitely one way of counting firing positions or hit the dirt of conscript to it, just to run over them. In particular, the smoke here helped out because Squarecat didn't know what was happening until it was too late. Here, troop, do you hear anything? Yet. Just lie down and stay still. Kind of dealing with the conscript, we got close to that on that Panzerkampfwagen in. There you go. Conscript being mauled here. A fire there, but of course got the German mortar laying down fire. There you go, using a smoke screen. 2 thumbs up to Squarecat for quickly suppressing, I think, Zodiac's machine gun plus the Pack 40. H5 lands a great hit there as well. There we go. Great work by Squarecat. There's not a lot of manpower. Again, he obviously wants to roll for the ISU, but at least build a fuel cache to maybe make it a bit easier. And also just, spend his manpower on something. Comes then watch. MD42 from the Eastern Victory Point. Western side is holding his max level from Zodiac. Very good. Not just obsessing over 1 point, though. At the same time, it's quite clear both sides are putting a lot of effort into the center one, but they're not like, deciding that everything else is terra incognita. Or terra australis. Need to get those panzers out of there. Got the Stukas ready. Panther 4 there being repaired. By the late stage of the war, by the Junkers 87 there, Stuka was increasingly not being used as a dive bomb. It was, switched towards anti-tank roles there with the 30mm guns being mounted on it, following up the Kanonenvogel, as it's sort of colloquially known. And they were quite good for that role as well. Being able to decimate entire tank companies at times with a few good strafes. So, little fun fact there as well. Very close to the Tiger tank here for Zodiac, but of course, similarly here for Squarecat, he's very close to the ISU-152. Comes launching a nice tank at the MD42, very good. Grenadiers are doing what they can to screen this push, but it's not quite happening as well there for Zodiac as he'd like to. Panzer was very quick with the G43. Briefly, there was a period where everyone was using G43 on the Panzer, and then it dropped off, as I think most people realised. You know, this isn't very good, Heinz. Yeah. It feels like those Canadians are trying to push something on us that doesn't work. Yeah. Got more fun than the Grenadiers. Otherwise, it seems like Zodiac is trying it out again. And there you go. ISU 152 out there for Squarecat. Again, he's been able to more success with the manpower. And there you go. Sphero Boyart, also known as the Beast Killer there for Zodiac. Well, not Zodiac, but Squarecat. We've got the Ice Disc and machine gun there being mounted as well on top. Mortar firing on machine gun, very good. He's just making really good use of that mortar here, Squarecat. That one has really done a lot for him. Suppressed machine guns, white panzer guns, at least dealt a lot of damage to them. Great investment there for Squarecat. Great investment. Good use of combined arms in that sense. Panther 4 there with 20 kills. We got an anti-tank rifle that dropped from a fumble-fingered guardsman. In fact, looks like there might have been a guard squad wiped out there. Panther 4 moving in. ISU 152 moving up to pack up the E5 tank. So we got the disc mounted on top there as well. A heavy cert machine gun there. And there you go, reveals it here to Zodiac with full fanfare. Panther 4 going for a deeper flank here on Squarecat's flanks. Pack 40 moving in there. Panther 4 drawing fire here. Pack 40 is moving up here. HF5 moves further, then he's not ready for it though. We got air support pulling as well here. Could catch Squarecat's armor in a deadly crossfire in there. We got a marked vehicle in there, but there you go. HF5 knocked out in a matter of seconds. Pack 40 in the T-sim as well. The air support continuing down. The ISUs within the arc of fire, opening up the packs on the flank. Could try and turn around here with a target weak point on the ISU and then go for it with the Panther 4. I think there's a good chance here. Grenadiers almost wiped up, but no, he pulls back, losing out, I think, an opportunity to maybe take out the ISU here. Definitely a missed opportunity here for Zodiac. I can understand the risk aversion, in particular because the packs that actually quite, spread out. Still, target weak point, Zodiac. Target's a weak point. Really an overlooked ability. Yeah. Got the pack cleared out. There was fact there's eventually two had gone for target weak point there. And right there, the ISU would also then been stuck within the zone there of the Stuart close air support. In fact, looks like it shot one of the aircraft down. Oh, no, not. Maybe not. Oh, there we go. They did actually did. So yeah, brutal engagement there. Heavy armored losses for Squarecat. No armored loss there for Zodiac. Though, of course, at the same time, he's stalling for the Tiger Tank, and of course the ISU is making that very difficult for him. So nice just suffering from extensive manpower losses, which is making it hard for him to stall for the Tiger Tank. And that's the danger about stalling for a Tiger Tank. If you're not careful, you just set yourself in a manpower bleed. Again, this is why you want more than just a Panzer IV when doing so. So that definitely starting to show some issues there for Zodiac. And ultimately, probably ends up delaying him more than it was if he just went for a Panda 4 more and then gone for the Tiger 10, because at least that way he wouldn't be suffering from a massive manpower bleed. I'll show they're rolling about heavily damaged. 9 killed so far, including 1 aircraft kill there with the Discahair machine gun. In fact, a lot of pinlock machine guns were there, in fact, as anti-aircraft defense. Little fun note there. So there's 3 field guns on the way there for Squarecat. Bringing up 20 tanks to make it harder, of course, for Zodiac to go after the ISU now, because it's going to be 2 field guns backing up, and they're going to be difficult to deal with as well. Then he's getting host. We've got the Pack 40 and the ISU 152 doing a lot of damage though. Piercing the armor of the ISU 152 with ease. There also exists the ISU 122, which is more of a tank destroyer. And of course, very late in the war, there'd be the ISU 100, which is equipped with a 100mm anti-tank gun, which of course was quite potent, and this was known by the Surds colloquially as the end of fucking everything. Yes, they did say the F word. Well, it's sort of the best interpretation of the translation, so quick note there. Grenadiers Panzer moving westward, troops are healing and enforcing. Panther 4 moving up, opening the Guardsman, 24 kills. Guardsman routed. Says 3 gun there ambushing, clever there by Squarecat, clever. Zodiac still trying to solve for the Tiger Tank, and he's just ending up delaying it so much. Panther, they're going for a flank here. And also at this point, if you just say going for a bunch of Panther 4s or say a bunch of Stoops maybe backed up on Osman, I think he'd be in a much better position than he is now. Then he's trying to go for the Tiger Tank. So it does feel like here that in terms of strategy, while tactically Zodiac is not something from tunnel vision, strategically he very much is. Like, he's only seeing the Tiger Tank right now strategy. That's the only thing he's sort of focusing on. So it's definitely hurting him also on a tactical level, if you will. I mean, he's basically pushing back Squarecat now, but like the problem is, again, one mistake he could easily just fall behind. Because his strategy in the sense is not optimal versus Squarecat at the moment. Aircraft shot down near the Panzer Force pin on machine gun as well, very good. Ooh, Parney's close being wiped out. Honestly, risky repairing so close to the ISU 152, to be honest, there by Zodiac. Pretty risky. Those are the conscripts. ISU continues to blast away at stuff with his 152mm gun. Panzer's moving back. They're very close to the east over there for Zodiac. We got 231 and 233, very close there in terms of victory points for each other. Mortify there continuing down as well. Grenadiers there being absolutely pounded into submission there by Squarecat's high explosive firepower. Panther 4, they're halfway done. Tiger Tank is still just being consistent delayed because, again, of that intense manpower people Squarecat. Again, caused by the fact he's stalling for it. In fact, by now, had he gone for another Panther 4, probably again just had the Tiger Tank out by now because, again, the Panther Force would be able to pressure his opponent better and relieve pressure on his infantry so he doesn't have to constantly replace losses. So, that is very much something to keep in mind there. Panzer's the conscripts doing a lot of damage there, quickly routing the frontal Vics there with well-aimed rifle fire, getting ace level there in the process. Back here, troops in reinforcing. Panther 4 there, almost good to go. Right flank is actually, Germany could consider maybe a flank that way. Also worth noting, while Squarecat's been great in a lot of things, mining is not really one of the things Squarecat likes to do. He does like to flank though, so thumbs up to that, but he could benefit from some mines, and obviously so could Zodiac. Well, looks like Zodiac might finally get the Tiger, but again, it's going to be severely delayed. Severely. And really should, I think, serve as a very solid lesson into why you don't just go for a Tiger Tank just whenever you can. Almost lost the 8th Panzer Grenadier here to Squarecat's ISU 152 with 20 kills to his name. T-Fed Foster is coming out here as well. Zodiac is now very close to the Tiger Tank here. He's also got another super close up already. Oh, almost got it off there with the Panzerfaust. Should have a good chance taking out the T-Fed Foster 6. That would certainly be a helpful win there for Zodiac. Very close to the Tiger Tank, but most of the meanwhile is on standby. Need to be careful not to lose the Panther 4. The Panther 4, careful, careful, careful. If you lose the Panther 4 before he gets the Tiger Tank out, I think that puts Zodiac in a really bad spot again. Punishment, send it back up in the machine gun there. Machine gun is about to get wiped out. The ace level by 15 kills. Pioneers in the center taking absolutely atrocious damage there, and he's pushing out the Pack 40s now, trying to take out the ISU and also contest the point. Ugh, really bold maneuver there by Zodiac. Or might have been a misclick. Either way, Tiger Tank is out here for Zodiac. Crashes straight through the trees, doesn't care. There's like a perfectly serviceable path right next to it. Charging over the target on the left flank. Unsupported, seems quite risky there. Or quite bold, depending how you want to look at it. Don't think he's going to go for the spend the munitions with the light machine gun on top there because he wants to munitions there for the super close air support. So right now, Zodiac has a lot of troops that's reinforced. He also needs another Pioneer squad because trying to repair 2 tanks with a single Pioneer squad is, well, asking for a bit too much. And of course, it sort of puts him in a bit of a tough position there as well. Like, he's just like understaffed so much because, again, A, he stalled for the Tiger Tank for so long, had a lot of resources doing nothing. At the same time, he kept bleeding resources because, again, he didn't have enough armor to then draw away attention from the infantry. So he's just managed to put himself into a really awkward spot because, again, strategically, he only saw the Tiger. And because he only saw the Tiger, his entire strategy sort of just ended up hurting him a bit, to be honest. So that's always something I want to keep in mind. Like, sure, it's great going for a Tiger, but what cost you're paying besides, you know, the upfront cost? Because in the end, you end up paying a ton more manpower trying to go for that Tiger Tank. And again, by now, again, the time he got out, he actually got the fuel for another Tiger tank. And the question is really, wouldn't he just have benefited from another Panzer IV sooner? Paxman got a good use of flare spot here from Squarecat. Again, just gives him good line of sight there. Gives him the idea what Zodiac is doing. And makes it hard for Zodiac to creep up on him, say, with a Pack 40. So, thumbs up there to Squarecat. Good use of abilities. Very good use of abilities. Targeting is not where the consequence, of course, is to be careful about field guns in the ISU 152. 148 versus 224. Got the Pack 48 pursuing the ISU 152 there. Shot bounces though. Targeting there 3 kills. Mortar firing down the centre. And these Panzer IV rushing forwards here for Zodiac and Deutschland. Got 140 versus 224. Feeling a bit caught moving up. Got the Tiger tank. We actually got mines now actually by Squarecat. Clearly missing that, but it also makes it hard from just rushing a Tiger tank on its own here. Good in the T-34s from 6, but there's just too many field guns plus the ISU there, and that's going to force the Tiger tank back. Overall lack of support for it did not help. If he leaves something to help clear out the field guns and keep the pack safe, that'd be great. Instead, he now actually has handed up 8 Pack 40 here to Squarecat, which is definitely not how you want to go about it either. Panzer IV is very close to the ace level here. 29 kills in service of Deutschland. Definitely some iron crosses on the way there for the crew if they survive the battle. I mean, they could still get them posthumously, and there you go. Looks like that's going to be a posthumous award, as Squarecat just lit the entire thing on fire. MG42 here versus the guardsman there, holding them down with well-placed MG425 Tiger tank coming back here for desperately needed repairs. We only still got 1 Pioneer squad, so it's going to take time here for Zodiac to get it done. Zodiac's strategy is starting to fall a bit apart here. Like Operation Barbarossa, the timetable is going off hilt there as you just try to, save for them. Actually, it's more like Kursk, which again end up to a large degree going not as well for the Germans as they would like to, because they ended up waiting too long for the big things rather than just attacking when they could have, and pushing the advantage when they could have. And that's, I think, sort of the same situation we see here with Zodiac versus Squarecat. Rather than push the advantage he had right away, Zodiac ended up delaying, trying to wait for his big stuff, and, well, gave Squarecat plenty of time to build up and dig in. I mean, it ended up, of course, being a tactical victory there, but, strategically it was less of a great victory there for the Germans. We'll have to see what ends up here. I mean, even if Zodiac does end up winning, it's going to be quite the cost here from Squarecat. And certainly the chances are looking a bit limited. It's not, again, not impossible, but Zodiac's infantry is very much paying the ultimate prize here. Squarecat's ISU 150 is by the about to hit Destiny 2. Just an absolute beast there. Shattering whatever Zodiac has in infantry out there in the open. Note the handlebars there on the side, they're actually made there so Soviet infantry could ride along and hold on to. In fact, most Soviet, war or late war armor was sort of designed to have infantry ride along with it. You can find the same things in the IS-2, and even the T-35 also had those hands installed as well. So, a little fun fact there. Little fun fact there. Tiger tank setting about there, 4 kills. T-34 rolling out. I think you can find the handles on the T-34 and 60 on the sides and the back of the turret. So, little fun fact there. Tiger tank setting out there, half 8 to HMG1. Dart on the fire there from the Tiger. We got 4 kills. And there you go, Consort on the run in from the Tiger tank, which spectacularly misses. We've got 113 versus 214. Heavy Panzer Corps now. That's I don't think optimal choice there for Zodiac. I mean, most of the stuff again is quite expensive. It doesn't have, I think, enough firepower to really sort of turn the chart here for Zodiac at the moment anyways. Like more Stugs or Ostwinds or Panzer Corps might be a much better choice than anything out of the Heavy Panzer Corps. 100 points left here for Zodiac though. Also, that's another limiter, he's desperately running out of victory points, and maybe he gets from the Heavy Panzer Corps. It's going to be really slow to get there. Going for the Eastern Victory point, right in the front there with some heavy machine gun fire tank fire there, very good. Western fight here, it's not looking too great here for Zodiac, but he's still keeping out the fight here, pushing back the ISU 152 with a single pack. You're bad to Lardner. Oh, he doesn't realise it, and we almost see a wipe in the conscript. Target tank launches a flank here, but runs into the field guns. Does avoid any mines, but really because now calling close air support, except because he doesn't have any line of sight, so it doesn't matter. Oh, then again, maybe not. ISU does shoot it, and the gun is spotted, so there you go. Some good hits on the ISU 152. Mine going off there, almost taking out the mortar, but it's not enough. Zodiak is going to be pushing it. Maybe a last ditch effort here, but Zodiak does seem to be working. It is pushing back close. Squarecat here, he's losing ground, he's losing men. He still has a larger force, but it looks like Zodiak might just have put himself enough time here to reestablish some sort of order, but he needs to be doing more damage, and he's going for a Panzerwehr for now. I mean, useful as the infinite support weapons, but opposite was the T-34-6 and the ISU 152. He might as well have gone for a shower sponge. It's going to be just about as good at stopping those. Tiger tank heavily damaged. He's got no pioneers by way to fix it, so the Tiger tank is effectively combat inoperable, which is a really big issue for Zodiak. You're seeing in round, he's almost got all 3 victory points. Great, but obviously in a lot of other ways this is less great here for Zodiak, because he's barely got anything left here. And his Tiger tank is going to be sometime before it hits the field. The question is, can he afford to wait that long? Meanwhile, there, Squarecat launching another massive assault with infantry, and of course the ISU 152. 34 kills. He doesn't waste any time to try and reclaim control here. Having hastily enforced his troops, he launches another assault to throw back the fascists. A grand strike here from Squarecat. .35 kills. Defense force option moving up as well. Tiger tank finally receiving repairs here for Zodiak, but it's happening in a very slow pace. Not place, but pace. Bit of quiet here. These punches moving up, they're catching the company in a bit of a tight spot. There we go, finally using a target weak point. Took him long enough, I'd say. Nope, by like ace level, so there's a good rate of fire there. Go getting flanked by the ISU 152. Might have a chance to take out the T-34-6 though, but it's a good high rate of fire. No! Oh! Barely gets guarded, but it did get away there. Panzer was almost getting a counter there, but they're about to get wiped out themselves. We've got 50 points left here for Zodiak. His target tank can now be pushed into the field. He needs to get the Panzers out there. ISU rolling back. Panzerwerfer is... Oh, he's running in the target as well. We can see here this desperation from Zodiak. He's committing the target tank in one possible glorious last-ditch attempt here to turn the tide around here against the Soviets. Can he pull it off, though? Target pack opening up there. Doing a lot of damage to the ISU 152. Tearing through its armor with expedition. Hits every possible weak point there on the ISU's heavy armor. There you go. Field gun setting up there in ambush mode, ready to blast through the target tank. We got 29 versus 159. The field gun shoots away. Then the pack gets shattered by the ISU 152. High close around, kills the entire lot. Panzer shooting right down into the midst of everything. Mines go off there. Field gun crew dies. Engineers survive. But Squarecat still fights, like all Squarecats do. And the pack gets wiped again as he firmly tries to grab that. We got 21 versus 159. Zodiak keeps trying to push forwards, but his giant years, I think, at this point, very much crippled him. In his quest for the Tiger tank, he may have cut out the legs beneath him. 17, 16. The points continue to bleed out here. 15. Pack down again. That pack has been wiped so many times in like roughly a minute. 42 kills on that ISU 152. It is so powerful, though. Of course, it got made even more powerful again by Zodiac just stalling for so long. 9 points. Going for the Eastern Victory Point with the Panzerjäger Conscript Squad. They've got contrasting in there. He just needs to block. Of course, a well-placed bomb grenade might be able to turn things around here. Tiger tank going for the center here, straight into the field guns, and the ISU coming just backing up. There you go, heavy damage though. Laying down mines. Tiger tank's about to got a blitz here, and there you go. GG, game over. A loss for Zodiac, a victory for Squarecat. A brutal slaughter here on Crossing the Woods. Then though, Zodiac As I mentioned there, cut himself short with the strategy. I think he'd have gone for another Panther 4 first as another armor. I think he could have pulled off a target stall then much more safely. Plus, I feel at times rather failed to make use of his abilities efficient, like target weak point, and incendiary output rounds could also end up in a lot of cases versus Squarecat. Squarecat, though, say make great use of abilities, also a bit better combined arms with him in the mortar, giving him artillery, which Zodiak lacked. So, good plays there. So I hope you enjoyed this match. I've learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell a friend, tell a family. If you wish to send a replay of your own, links in the description there. We can also donate or pledge on Patreon. If you do send a replay, do consider is it actually worth watching? I get a lot of players just send a match where they won, but they rather won, I would say, in a very overwhelmingly one-sided manner. But anyway, so this is Imperial signing off, and see you all tomorrow for a nice episode. Bye.